My name's Spencer, and I'm here to tell you about our exciting new product here at Sidero Labs. It's called Omni, and we'll be opening it up for private beta here at KubeCon. Omni is a central management system for your Talos Linux-based Kubernetes clusters. It allows you to manage nodes from anywhere: cloud, edge, VMs, bare metal, wherever. If you've got outbound internet access, you can pretty much check it into Omni. And the process is truly as simple as boot, click, and done. And you'll also have access to Omni via its APIs with a tool called Omni CTL, and also have the ability to write your own integrations as necessary. Let's take a look. This is the Omni UI, and joining machines is extremely easy. All you need to do is download an installation media based on your desired architecture. So if I'm in AWS, I can easily grab an AMI. If I'm on bare metal, I can easily grab an ISO. I select what I want and I click download. Then I simply boot that image and it will check in with Omni and form a point-to-point connection over WireGuard. That process looks like this. This is a VirtualBox VM that I've configured to boot from my ISO. So ISO is specified here, and I can simply say start. Now I've got a few other machines already checked in, but you can see how fast this process is. As soon as the ISO is booted, Talos will pick up the kernel args that are necessary to form this point-to-point connection. It will set up the networking, and it will check in. So within about 10 seconds, the machine is already online and ready to be created and attached to a Kubernetes cluster. So with these machines, creating a cluster is extremely simple. I can create a cluster, give it a cluster name. We'll call this cluster KubeCon. I'll select a Talos Linux image. I'll select our latest and greatest. And same goes for Kubernetes, selecting the latest and greatest. So from this point, I need to simply select the machines that I'm interested in carving up as my control plane or my workers. So what we'll do is we'll select 3 control plane nodes, and we'll select 1 worker for now. And what I'll do is I'll show you how to add nodes as we go along. So with these selected, I can see that the install disks have been pre-populated for me. And this is because we have that point-to-point connection over WireGuard. We can actually query the disks on the system and present you with those options. So creating a cluster is truly as simple as clicking the button. So now this cluster is being created, and we'll pause for a brief moment and come back with a time check, just so we're not wasting time. Okay, so in the span of a couple minutes, I think we stopped at 152 locally. It's currently 154. We've now got nodes starting to check in within the span of 2 to 3 minutes. So these nodes will come online and they will be ready for action. So now that the Kubernetes control plane is up, I can go ahead and download a kubeconfig and use it just like I would use any other Kubernetes environment. So if I do a simple kubectl -- kubeconfig, specifying the file that I just downloaded, kubecon, kubeconfig, and do a get nodes, we can now see that Kubernetes is up and running. All of the control planes have registered, and my worker is also registered, and we're just waiting for them to really be ready. And that should happen here over the next couple of seconds. So 2 control planes ready, 1 more, and then a worker. So with these nodes now online and Kubernetes up and running, I'm ready to schedule workloads. I can also upgrade Kubernetes from here by simply selecting the desired version and selecting upgrade now. This will use the Talos Linux APIs that are under the hood for orchestrating the Kubernetes upgrades. So this is really nice because it protects you kind of from blowing yourself up. We do a lot of health checks around making sure that the control plane nodes are upgraded one by one, and that like the API server and the controller manager are online before we carry out the next node. And those are all things that are built into Talos Linux, so you get those by default using Talos Linux and Omni. Additionally, with this environment up and running, I can add nodes to my cluster pretty quickly. So if I wanted to add that VirtualBox VM, oh, actually, this is a Raspberry Pi. If I want to add this Raspberry Pi as a worker, that's extremely simple to do. I simply select the disk that I want to install to, I select the worker role, and I add a node. And again, it's just a matter of waiting until the node is added as a worker in that environment. And that's it. That is creating a cluster with Omni. As part of this beta, we will be onboarding users, letting them get their feet wet, as well as helping them through this process. I hope that you think Omni is very interesting, and if you'd like to sign up for the private beta, you can go to siderolabs.com/omni and enter your email, and we'll be in contact. Thank you so much. Take care.